Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to my weekly update. I think it's fair to say that the big news this week for us is all about the mandatory housing order being lifted for the poultry sector. So DEFRA and the Welsh Government are saying that from the 18th of April next week, birds will be allowed outside again. This has been the most extraordinary and challenging journey. 6 months, and we've seen 175 outbreaks, and of course I'm really conscious that in all of this it's been coupled with the massive challenges of cost inflation. I talked in my conference speech about 1 billion less eggs being available on the market in 2022 compared to 2019. So it's been a perfect storm of events for the poultry sector, if I'm honest. And we will need to work hard now to find ways of giving confidence to producers, both government and retailers, the whole supply chain, giving confidence to producers that, you know, they have got their backs effectively, because the stakes do feel high. We absolutely need to have a vaccine. We need to have that globally recognised. The risk factor within the wild bird population, although that has gone from very high to high, it's still a very, very challenging picture. So biosecurity, the chief veterinary officer has continued to say how important that is, restricting access to wild birds, but really focusing in on biosecurity. And indeed the stats effectively do speak for themselves. You know, those with really good biosecurity, the risks have been reduced from medium to low now. The team will be continuing to update you. Please don't take my word on all of this, and indeed there is so much more to impart to you. So there is a lot of information on our AI hub online. And as I say, the team will be, I think, in bulletin today, and in another letter from James there will be further updates. In other news, I've also been to Sweden for a couple of days. These bilateral discussions with member states continue to be really important. It's vital that they are lobbying their governments, making sure that our trading relationship is working as well as it possibly can. And Sweden has always been a really, really interesting country for us to study. If you remember, I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago that we were discussing with the Swedes the challenges of us having higher standards here effectively and lower standard imports coming in, and that undermining our sector. And of course no country has experienced this more than Sweden, whereby the Swedish government back in the 1990s did decide to raise standards of animal welfare. They believed the Swedish consumer would pay more, and the Swedish consumer didn't pay more, and they imported more product in, and the Swedes went from effectively 85% self-sufficiency down to 50% self-sufficiency in quite short time period. So things are changing there now. They've got a new coalition government that is taking food security seriously. I think the situation, obviously, being so close to Russia and the impact in Ukraine and how food security is really rising up the agenda has helped. But I do think things are changing, but it's taken a very, very long time. And I think it just shows, you know, if you turn the food production tap off, how hard and how long it takes to turn it back on again. So all our conversations with government on the future of arms, the future of trade policy, feel extremely prescient right now. And just finally, to say to those of you that have, huge thanks on our marathon sponsorship. The team of 5 of us, obviously David Exwood, my vice president, is joining me, but there's 5 of us in all running for Farm Africa. What will be next Sunday, the 23rd of April. Can't believe there's only a week to go, and I definitely won't get any fitter in a week, sadly. But we're very nearly at the £20,000 mark, so huge thanks. And I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that we will make it 20,000 by the 23rd of April. So wherever you are, please do take care, and I really look forward to speaking to you again next week. Many thanks.